This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, Rabbi Glatstein, back to the Rif. So the Rif, by the way, inside, there's no Kever for the Rif. There's no Kever that says, here lies Rabbi Yitzchak Alfasi. There's a plaque that says that in this area, we have a tradition, the Rif is buried. So, I want to speak a little bit about the Rif. How did the Rif get to Spain? The Rif is not originally from Spain. The Rif is from North Africa. Torah comes... So Torah comes to North Africa in the year 990 with the episode of the Arba Shvuyim, the 4 captives. And one of the captives that was redeemed by Karuin was Rabbeinu Chushiel. Rabbeinu Chushiel is the father of... Hi, hola. Pause it. Okay, so right now, continuing with the Rif, and this is a story that's developing as we speak. This story is developing as we speak. This is live footage of the entrance to the Kever of the Rif. Okay, this is not altered in any way. And we have the local police of the Spanish police that have been very on the case. They say that in 10 minutes, the Jewish people will allow to be reunited with Rabbeinu Yitzchak Alfasi. So let's talk a little bit about the Rif. Back to the Rif. So the Rif is a Talmud of Rabbeinu Chushiel, and together with Rabbeinu Nissim Goin. So Rabbeinu Nissim Goin is a Talmud of Rabbeinu Chushiel. The Rif is a Talmud of Rabbeinu Chananel. So let's just set the record straight. Rabbeinu Chushiel is one of the Arba Shvuyim. Okay, he comes to North Africa. His son is Rabbeinu Chananel. No, his son is Rabbeinu Chananel, and Rabbeinu Chananel teaches the Rif. The Rif gets a job with the encouragement of Rabbeinu Chananel. What is his first position? He's the rabbi in Fez in Morocco. He is the towering figure in all of Morocco. How long is he a Rav in Morocco for? 40 years. So Rif is Rav in Morocco for 40 years in Fez. We were just in Fez in the winter. So the Rif was a rabbi there in Morocco. Now, he's called Rif, Rabbeinu Yitzchak that's the Alfasi. So that's where the Rif comes from. The Meiri says about the Rif, he's Gadol HaPoiskim. We mentioned he must have had Ruach HaKodesh to be able to write this compilation. Says the Ravid. When I talk about the Ravid here, it's the Ravid the first. Ravid the first means not the Ravid Bal HaSagas on the Rambam. Ravid the first. The Ravid the first says that Miyamois Rav Hai Goin, there was nobody like Rabbi Yitzchak Alfasi. So how does he come to Spain? The story goes like this. The Rif was a Dayan. Coming into his Bezdin was the Caliph, a non-Jewish Caliph, versus an Ani. The Caliph was very powerful. The Rif ruled in favor of the Ani. The Caliph says, really? You'll regret this. The Rif says, Lo saguru mipnei ish. The Torah says, you can't be scared of nobody. I'm not afraid of you. The Caliph says, you'll regret this. So the Rif's Talmidim were scared for his life. They appoint guards at the entrance of the city, and sure enough, within a few days, a stampede comes into this. They say, Rabbi Yitzchak, run, run! He takes his ksavim, he takes his talis and tefillin, and he runs for his life. He makes it, crosses from Tangiers, he gets to Spain. The Rif is 75 years old at the time. Everybody knows that at age 75, you can't get a job anywhere. Certainly not in Rabbanos. You see, in Rabbanos, they want you to be in your 30s with 50 years experience. That's how it works in Rabbanos. So the Rif had the ladder, but he was 75 years old. The Rif says, you take me here in Lucena, I'll be bar mitzvahed with you. The Rif was the Rav here in Lucena for 14 years. Who does he teach? Rimagash. Who else? His son, Rabbeinu Yaakov. Who else? Rabbi Yehuda Halevi. At the time of the Patira of the Rif loved the Rimagash so much, and in something unusual, the Rif gave over the Nasios and the Rabbanos to the Rimagash over his son, which is something you see all the time, right? Where the Moisad goes to the more deserving as opposed to in-house. So that's, you see the godless of the Rif. The Rif gave it over to Rabbi Yosef Magash, the Rimagash. Okay, so that's a little bit about the Rif. We mentioned that the Shas Min HaShamayim invokes the pasuk on the Rif as Brisi, Akim, Es Yitzchak. Okay, should we talk about the Rimagash? Okay, we'll take a break.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.